So, returning to Violet, we get to go and get our last 3 badges, I believe. We built a team that should be very, very good here. What we've got our Ceruledge, a Zerowalk. So I think this team should be able to handle the Ghost Gym pretty nicely. There is our giveaway box. We still don't have a shiny in this game, so that will hopefully change. I need to actually be smart enough to check what events are on, whether there is one of these annoying events on where there's like a Porygon 2. I don't know if that's finished or not, if I'm honest. If that's in the case, I can get rid of the Porygon ones. So you're in BDSP today, Dragon. Is that more shiny hunting or dex completion tasks for you? Yeah. I do still think it's amazing the difference in quality of the copy of what I'm playing on and the copy that actually gets streamed. It's crazy. The stream one just looks so much crisper than what I'm playing. I can't figure out what to do to just make the screen look better on my end. Oh dear. Okay, the mining stuff, yeah. You can get lost in the mining, can't you, at times? Like, it is amazing just how much you can just get distracted and realise you've been doing it for 3 or 4 hours. And plus you can get, I believe, all of the fossils in there, but maybe a couple of regional exclusives. I think the game is an exclusive one, maybe. But I think the actual, like, Kabuto, Omnanite, they're not exclusive, from what I remember. But I did a lot myself, to be honest. Probably too much. But we'll start with these battles. We've got to deal with this chap and his merry men. I'm still trying to figure out what levels put the music on in the background as well. Because like 1 minute it's like silent and the next minute it's really loud and I can't figure it out. Yeah. I got less than 10 of 4 fossils so far, but want to max them out to hunt for the shiny one. I would absolutely hate to shiny hunt for the fossils in that game. I know it's already challenging enough to shiny hunt for most of that game. But I guess if you don't have Violet and Scarlet, the Gen 4 ones can be difficult. If you've got one, at least you've got the easy mode. But elsewhere, like, I guess you've got Sword and Shield to offer a little chance at a few of them. I forgot this actually a Zerowalk, isn't it? I was going to do this double up. Yeah, that's a big thing, isn't it? That's like what I will need to do. That's why most of my other saves are really bad behind. So I've got to do a lot of work. Morning, Miss Jeep. How are we? Did you enjoy some Fortnite last night with our friend trying to teach those kids a lesson? I don't really want this move, do I? It's not much help. But yeah, we'll keep this for now. We're on our endless challenge, which will probably take about 4 or 5 years to finish, where we want to get everything shiny freshly only on stream. He did try. The thing with Fortnite, as we said, I always say, is it's evolved so much and now the player base is a 2 split. I played the proper OG and I still couldn't build for love nor money, but the problem is I can't shoot either. So I'm just rubbish at it all. When I played it on the PlayStation, I understood building a lot more, but now I'm playing it on the Switch, I get very confused because I don't know what the trigger buttons are. Like, on the PlayStation it's R1, R2. It's simple for dumb people like me, but on here it's ZR and R, and I can never remember which one's which. and it used to just be automatic, but on the Switch each trigger is a different build, and I can't remember for the life of me which button is which. I understand R is right and L is left, but I can't remember which is the top and which is the bottom, because I played the PlayStation for years. But at least the Switch 2 version is playable now, apart from when it crashes. But playable as in the case where I don't just die and it renders in properly. That's the big thing. Like on the Switch 1 it was horrendous landing anywhere because it took so long to render in. But now I can actually see where I'm dropping and actually see stuff. But that's my crazy theory with Fortnite. We're going to get better. We've definitely got better since it's come out on the Switch 2, and that's only a week. So one day I might be able to actually kill a human character in the game, instead of be the person everybody kills on reload, on repeat. So, we got one more trainer. We got to beat the rapper chap now, Mr. Sledge. Yeah, MC Sledge, going down. Now I have been putting some thought into my shiny hunt race that I want to host. And one of the things I was looking at was more doing the race as people voted. Most people voted for the random card selection, which is fine, not a problem. But my thinking was, what we can do is we draw the card and it becomes a race for somebody to catch it, and then we draw the next card and we see how many cards we can get through in a 3-hour session. I think that could work as quite fun. Hello Mr. Belgium, how are you? How did the Shaman hunt go yesterday, if you did manage to do them? I don't know, I know Twitch was pretty much having a lot of problems for us in the evening time. It kept crashing, couldn't see a follow list, people couldn't read their chats and stuff. Another Azelf. Did you catch it in the right ball? That's the question. But congratulations. So that means I'm the only one that technically needs Azelf. And, well, but whatever. We'll get it eventually. We know we've got one shiny. I think we can safely say that we need everything. I do think I can finish the gyms within the next hour with this team, if I'm being a bit confident. But I don't know for sure. Like, I think with the fact I've got loads of dark types and ghost types in this current team, the psychic gym should be pretty good. Fair enough. But as I say, Twitch was playing up a lot last night. Like, you know, you can see like the bar on the left, that was disappeared, so you couldn't see who else was online. Like, apparently you couldn't raid. Even like my raid yesterday afternoon only took half the people. Even I was left here behind. So I don't really know. It's just one of those days. And then Discord broke. So it was a very tech bad day for the world, I think. Right. Did you heal them? No, you didn't. Why did you not heal my team? I kind of like using this team because it's kind of broken. Let's go for it. This one I think will be pretty easy with my team. But yeah, so Dragon, you think it sounds fun? I think it could work, and it wouldn't necessarily be like a bingo to get as many as possible. It'll be more just to see who, it doesn't matter who gets them, it just is the race to see how many we get. So you did them, you had no internet, fair enough. I didn't really look at the Discord, I just know that people were having a few problems. Maybe it was more to do with like the phone call side of it, rather than just the tech side of it. But like, as we said, Twitch was just being a bit weird. last night. Or, well, most of the afternoon, I think. It sort of started playing up when I tried to do some Fortnite stuff. But hopefully it's working, as well as your alerts are now all hopefully working for you now, Dragon. I only sent you that video because him and a couple of others are so much better to explain it than I am. I've tried explaining it to, like, when Boyfriend Belgium was even asked in the past, and it's just very awkward to explain it without visuals. I'm a visual learner. I prefer visual explanations. So that for me just makes it so much easier. Like that guy I sent you the video for, and about 2 or 3 others, I've watched nearly all their tutorials for all the alerts. So I always just use them for anything I want to change. Like I've mentioned before, I was once using Stream Elements desktop app, but it is annoying and it merges into OBS, and then it's always wanting to update even when I tell it not to. So I deleted all of the app and do it all through the website now, and it's so much smoother. Yeah, the blurb ones are pretty easy to set up. I mostly investigated them because of I believe the only person I know who was using them at the time was KBD, and I just started investigating them and added a few, but I've taken nearly all of them out. I personally put them right at the back of the OBS layout, so you only hear the sound, you don't see the text on screen. That's my decision really, but it always plays the sound, hence the Joe Hendry. That is a blurb. We're going to use this. And then we're going to use this. So you had to turn off setting, it said to turn on to make sure the full sound played, not just half. That probably sounds about right though. And the other thing to always have a little peek at is where the sound is coming from. Like you can control it in your I would assume you can control it in Streamlabs, so if you do them from the website they're going to be quite loud, and if you move them and edit it in your Streamlabs Stream Elements, you'll get it a much smoother level, and you won't have any problems that way. That's what I saw the most. They must be confused why I U-turned into a Masquerado. Now, we're going to be slow, which is not good, but we could have used Flame Charge, shouldn't we? We should have used Flame Charge to break the disguise. Right, we will probably do that, because we may try to keep this around. Let's disable the blurb sound and have it through the main sound output instead. Okay. See, I talk like I know what I'm doing, but the reality is most of what I'm doing is winging it off YouTube tutorials. If I'm honest. I'm not really the most tech savvy person. And I don't really mind that, it's just who I am really. I just work my way through each thing, like it's not just this stuff, everything I sort of slowly work my way through, and I find that's a lot easier for me personally to learn as I go along. They did decide to attack me. Oh yeah, I'm the same with a few things. Like one of the best examples is during the lockdowns and stuff, one of my friends made a big database on Excel. Right, nothing fancy, but for me Excel was something I would build a table and do all this little stuff, and I didn't really understand that much of it. And over time I've just learned so much more. This isn't good. So I learned how to build all the tables, and it's like something I never knew, and now I can just build them with my eyes shut. I know it doesn't sound complicated, and if you've ever done it, it's really, really easy. Because I'd never done those sort of things, just teaching myself was much more satisfying. I guess we can start trying to weaken this thing now. Because I don't really worry too much about the Mimikyu, to be honest. If we get one thing knocked out, we'll get the other thing. And I guess it's the same with like all this streaming stuff. I didn't really know where I was going or what I was doing, and slowly I just taught myself. Which is nice. Like, the best thing to do is when you're doing these new things is to teach yourself a little few things here, a few things there. Oh yeah, I get it, don't worry. Like, I get it with the trackers and all that. Like, I definitely slowly learn. Like, I sent Neil one for the Nuzlocke trackers, which I think is really good visually. I've used another one that is connected to the cookies, which is a bit annoying. I've got the Shiny Dex thing, I've got Super Effective thing, I've used Google Docs galore. Like, when it comes to tracking stuff, I've got it tracked. So many places. I've done way too much in the few years I've been doing some of these challenges. I think I spend more time building spreadsheets and trackers than actually doing the challenge, because I just get kind of obsessed with fixing things I think are a bit broken. If I'm honest, though. That's a... Oh no, we didn't want to do that one. But as I said, that's just my crazed way of doing most of this. Like, I always when I did Nuzlocke, I always preferred the story to the challenge, if that makes sense. I really wanted to do a Nuzlocke where I did a full story. This is what we're doing, this is where we're going. And it just sort of... yeah, and that's what I mean. Some do, like, one of the trackers I love for the visual blocks of it all. I think they're beautiful. And then the Nuzlocke tracker I said, no, beautiful, but it doesn't have the DLC, but it's really good for team building. Like, Super Effective I really like, but I want to do the form decks, but it won't let me delete the Arceuses and Sylveons and stuff, which I don't want on there. But I can't not put form decks because then I don't get the gender differences and stuff like that. So that's a bit annoying. But then other ones like Shiny Dex is only counting the 1025. Even if you can get the forms, they're not counting as separate things to complete your decks. And again, it's all what you prefer and how you prefer things to be. So I would like really much to get a shiny. I feel like we should go and do one of the outbreaks that isn't a Porygon, just to have a look to see if a shiny pops up. So maybe we go online to get rid of the Porygons and see what turns up. Maybe that's an option. And again, we've got all our redemptions set for this game. So there is a few things, and we are meant to be building a living dex in this game. We have to remember that. So we should be doing a little bit of travelling around picking up crap off the floor. That is also something we need to put a lot of focus into this run. We said we were building this one from fresh, not the rest. So let's do that. Have we been healed? No, we haven't. Of course not. I did have a little go on my main save yesterday, and I got myself a shiny Blissey, which was very nice. With the 30 spawns, the chances are much easier to see. So that was fun, but otherwise it was a pretty slow shiny day yesterday, wasn't it? Because we just did the DAs, couple of gyms. So yeah, the online. Online is here. I wish one day they would make all the controls the same for these games. Really do. We've got our false swipe / Sporer, but we haven't got false swipe yet. I need to go and get that. Okay. That's not good. Why are you not going online? It's not the end of the world if we can't go online. I just wanted to delete some spawns. I know I've been online because we've done trades on this save, so... an update. There's another update. What is going on? I don't really want to do an update live on stream. That's not fun. What is going on? No, we won't do that. We'll worry about that later. So we'll just play on, I guess. We got a Glaceon outbreak, and that's a good one. Mischievous, Rockruff. Something else I haven't been to, but they'll be too high level. And same there. What's happening in Kitakami? Couple up this mountain. These are probably Porygons, aren't they? That's a real one, and that's a real one. That's a real one, but that's not. It is a very nice shiny. Mischievous, yes. We do have to do a bit of this storyline, don't we? Maybe... We're not going to... We'll have a look, but we're not going here. They're too high a level. I just don't get why I can't get on the internet, to be honest. Thank you for alert groups. Yeah, I should have probably checked the internet earlier, I guess. Maybe... No. Right, because this has sort of ruined my plans, we're going to actually run there. You know, why not? Why not? We might see some stuff while we're running. Now this one's always going to be hard to see shiny, isn't it? That's normal, isn't it? That's Sneasel. Yeah. Probably shouldn't have used Road Edge, but never mind. Yeah, because the internet I'm on is working. I might even just try a different save file. But we know the internet is working because, well, I'm streaming. Let's fly here then, and then have a look. I didn't unlock it. Did I really go all the way up here and not go to the Pokestop? Was I really that stupid? Oh dear. Right. I know we went through the cave because we went all the way up there to get the teapots. Right. Let's go the long way then. I probably want to go down there, don't I? That cave was a lot quicker to get through. So, check the network settings on the Switch and reset the game. Yeah, the only thing, I don't really want to do all of that on the stream, but that's the problem. I'd have to go into BRB because I don't want all the details of all the connections and stuff. So I'll get to the next town and we'll quickly go on BRB. Just see what's going on. Try a different copy of my save files. Because as we say, it was fine yesterday. I said I played Fortnite. We did DAs on this profile, so we know it's not the profile that's not working properly. Because we've done online stuff on it. Like, the reality is I don't really need to do the online stuff today. I just thought it would be nice to just do some of the mass outbreaks that weren't the annoying, boring stuff, if that makes sense. I still love coming in this cave and seeing this many spawns now. Welcome in, Ghost Chiller. What are you after for trades? The turtle, okay, I definitely can't help you with that at the moment because this save file is in the middle of a run through, so I'm nowhere near it. Sorry. Well, thank you for the follow. Ash, welcome in. We are trying to do a shiny living dex from scratch. Today it's decided it didn't want to work fairly on me and was broken. Is that for home you need it for, or for just the game itself? So we are replaying through every single game in the franchise on the Switch. And then going to try and build a brand new, fresh, shiny living dex. Which is a bit of a challenge, to be honest. But we've nearly finished this run through. Okay, so you want to like borrow it to stick into home as well. That's the difficult side of it, I guess. Right, we're just going to talk to this person and save here. We're going to reset this game and see if it actually works with the internet. Because I imagine most people have either stuck it in home to keep it in there for their collection. But as I say, I haven't got that far in this save file, so I can't really do too much to help. Now we've been having a few internet issues, so we're just going to try and reset the game. Like, at the end of the day, this one I get in here, I don't really need because I've completed it a couple of times, but everything's either in home or in other games, and I can't quite remember where. That's the problem. I don't want to go right through my home accounts and everything to search for it at the moment. And I've at the moment I can't even get on the internet myself, so there is that's being a problem. For some reason I was getting this alert. I wanted to get rid of the polygons. I might need to just go on BRB to check some stuff. Okay, it worked fine this time. Of course it did. The polygons gone, or is that more polygons? More polygons. Okay, not much help. What to get rid of them? Right. So out of what we've got, shall we do a Kid Akami one then? Like we said, we want to do some of the story anyway. Shall we see what they are? That's a polygon one. We don't want to do that one. So we'll go here. So, but the idea of this challenge is to make it very interactive with everybody, so people can come along and sort of challenge us to do stuff. We will have shiny hunt races and stuff, bingo challenges, all sorts. There's no like, I'm just going to be doing this on my own. It's going to be so everyone can join in. I want to try and encourage people to enjoy shiny hunting because I find it quite a lonely sort of thing to be involved in. So the more I can get people enjoying it, the better. Okay, so this is not a good one because it's in the water. It doesn't help that I'm trying to do like 4 things in this challenge at once, doesn't it? I keep going, I want to do all of this, catch everything. I want to do all the storylines. I want to get a low-level Ogerpon. Don't really know why. It's just easier to deal with. I don't... Let's do some story. Let's just get up this hill and do some story. So yeah. It's so easy to get distracted with this game. I know I could go and do the Team Star stuff, but I don't think I need to do any battles at the moment. So I think we've just battled. So we can trigger this to go to night. I think that's what we need to do. Right. Do this nonsense talking with Kiron. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, so we are going a little bit crazy doing this. Let's be honest, it is a lot to deal with. We just did this whole storyline about 3 weeks ago in our type block as well. And knowing me, I didn't even unlock the fast travel points, so I think the goal will be to get to the night stage, beat Carmine, do the festival, and the Ogre Ousting. See what Ogre Ousting looks like on the Switch too, actually. I haven't seen anyone peek at that yet. Because I know it can get very laggy, that mode. And then we can get to the morning stuff and stop there. Maybe. Maybe. We'll work on it. I think I can finish all of the battles today if I really put my mind to it. I really do. I think I can get them all done. So next time we're on this game, we can literally blitz the Elite Four stuff. I think now we can do it. This bit's going to take a lot longer. But I think after this one, it's not as bad. Because the Loyal 3 will be pretty easy to beat. Yeah. It is frustrating when you're trying to rush through these games and you can't quite make it. Right, did I unlock this other path? Of course I didn't. Right, we'll just fly there. It's just amazing how many things I've done on this game and just don't plan ahead anymore. And when I was doing that previously mentioned Forever Lock, I actually used to unlock all the fast travel points. First thing I did in the game. I would travel around and do all the raids. Just so I could get like level 12s for the bank for later runs. So that I could use pretty much anything, which is good and much more interesting than just using Route 1 stuff all the time. Or catching them at level like 30ish. Found some Porygon 2s. Didn't see any shinies. Probably missed. Oh, hello Porygon 2. What level are you? A level 13 Porygon 2. Ooh. This seems slightly broken, doesn't it, right? No? Okay, never mind. Let's not get distracted by Porygons. We don't need a Porygon, right? We just need to get going. Right, Heracross, I couldn't tell you if that was shiny or not. It's the perfect colourblind hating shiny Heracross. Where it probably is very clear to most, but to me it's not. I want to talk to this person because they give you tofu, so normal items. So I could do like a blissy speed run to just grind up some crazy levels on this team if I get bored. The other thing I want to make a point is we're probably not going to be doing like full-blown sandwiches, herba sandwiches. What did I just... Unless we do raids with chat. That's the key thing. I'm not going to farm offline. We do a bit of farming online. Can I make a base now in BDSP? I would like to think you should be able to by now. I'm really not sure why you haven't been able to already, if I'm honest. But because I didn't put too much time into it, I didn't really know what you need to do to unlock that part of the story. But I thought it was just talk to maybe even the guy that gave it to you first. Maybe he gives you the chance to do it. Nice. Boy from Belgium, do you know how to build the bases in BDSP? Okay. Okay. Well, Dragon knows the answer now. I thought he was not completely sure. And which copy of the game do you have as your best saves? I'm pretty sure Dragon has Scarlet, don't you? What's your best copy of the game for this boy from Belgium? Are you got a good save on both, or just like Violet or Scarlet? We will make a big point though to do as many of the walking wake stuff. Oh, you have a good save. And DLC in both, or just one? Did you go for both? Knowing you with your origin quest, you would have both. But I could be wrong. But yeah, because of the paradox stuff and all that nonsense. Now we'll go up the cliff. You have all four, fair enough. I still don't have the DLC for Scarlet. It'll be something that maybe I invest into when we get a couple more Twitch payouts down the way. I think it's best not to do it now, especially after buying the Switch 2. We got to save a little bit more. We're a long way behind spending to making doing this at the moment. And at the end of the day, there's only a couple of things, isn't there? I couldn't tell you what one of these looks like shiny, if I'm honest. We'll worry about the difficult ones later. Story, story, story. Focus on the story. Hello there. How are you, Kim? We are back here in the long old game that we love the most. We will do some shiny hunting eventually, I promise. I am good too, thank you. Right, jump over all of these. I can't jump high, I forgot. Right, what else do we have? We have a sleeping Growlithe, but it's not a shiny sleeping Growlithe. I want to unlock the fast travel point. Where are you, sign? There you are. Hop. Crash into the sign and unlock we go. Right, done. Oh, I could hunt Coffin for ages, because at least I know what Coffin looks like. It's one of the easiest shinies to see. Oh, hello. So in BDSP minigame, the fossils, items and wall, they can contain boxes of 2 levels, orange ones and black and purple ones. Oh dear, Kim. Well, hopefully you can get better soon. And it won't take up too much time recovering. All those boxes are the types you placed into the secret base. I think the question was more how do you unlock the secret bases rather than anything else. Because I think we've got the boxes and everything. And that should increase the underground of that type, yeah. I've not been feeling to eat. So you've lost your appetite, basically. Is that what you're saying? Hi Kieran, let's do this. Well, you should try to find a way to have something. I know it's a really annoying thing when you're not hungry, but it is important to make sure you do get something in you. Yeah, it's like as we've mentioned before that I've been similar place before. We can just use this, I think. Okay, so the digging drill. There we go. I don't know if that's easy to find or not, but if you don't have it, talk to the... Is that the guy who gave you it first? Pretty much. Yeah, you may think this is a bit too easy, but yeah, so we got the Explorer kits, so yeah, I'm just adjusting the shiny statues I have. Okay. I can't remember, I never played the Gen 4 versions originally, so we don't know what it was like at the time for everyone when they were doing that. Yeah, it's one of those games that says it has shiny odds and is broken. The only thing that gets affected by shiny charm is breeding, isn't it? And that takes ages to hatch eggs and make eggs. Yeah, radar is a little bit easier, I guess, if once you get used to radar, but I believe Dragon's trying to get money in-game so that you can get loads of max repels and quick balls before putting focus onto radar hunting. Otherwise, like you start doing it now and you don't have enough equipment, it's a bit of a waste of time. Because you can make a good chain and break it, and I know the idea is you can save it and delete it afterwards, but well, hopefully that will help a little bit and you can get back to being healthy, Kim, ready for more streams. We are nearly ready to do proper shiny hunting. That's the key thing. I think I should just get this storyline done, shouldn't I? Really. I don't know, I keep getting torn between about 4 different things in this game that I want to get done, and I'm not getting very far at all. So yeah, that's my problem. This is a game that can distract you so easily, and it's not helpful that I can get distracted in this game. I want to do so much just to get it done, and I think most of this is stuff I would do offline, but because of my challenge I can't do any of it offline. But at least this bit is easy, right? We do this, go to the festival, find him, give him the mask, do ogre ousting. Yeah, that'll be fine. You were gonna do your tournament tonight, but I have something else planned. Okay, fair enough. Is that with the bandit chap? Or person? I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Would that have been, even if it was the tourney, would it have been the first one you did? Or something like that? I know you've been trying to put, you were saying about joining a team. I thought you were joining a team for tournaments and competitive. I didn't know if this was one of the tournaments that they're doing or hosting or playing in or putting a team in. But I don't know. I'm going to do it shaman today. Okay. And you're over odds now, so that means you're going to get it in 5 minutes and you'll be like, what do I do now? Or you're going to have another 4 or 5 hours of just resetting and not getting very far. And this is why we didn't change our costume. Because I knew that I would have to do a lot of all of the other stuff. Okay, that's fair enough. I get it. I get it, don't worry. Very nice. How to Train Your Dragon by any chance? Is that what you're going for? Or is it something a little bit older? I know that came out on Monday over here. Oh, a home date. Okay. Fair enough. Well, hopefully you have a good time. I imagine you won't watch too much of the movie. But, right. Let's go over here. Nope. The golden Magikarp. We don't have enough masks. We're the outsider. Look at them. Carmine, we don't like you. There's just so many to pick from at the moment. It kind of goes down to what the people involved's tastes are, if I'm honest. It's nearly impossible to do proper suggestions when you don't know who's involved and what they like anymore, because I will suggest a horror movie and someone will go, we don't like horror. It's like, well, and then they go romance. It's like, I don't like romance. So it's kind of the thing. Despite knowing most of the stuff that's out there, I am not always the best at answering the questions. We have a little Morpeko. He likes tanks and romance. Well, that's a very interesting mix, to be honest. I don't really know many romantic movies about tanks, to be honest. So you're probably looking at something war-related, I guess. There aren't too many new war movies that are... okay, so romantic action fighting. Wait, that didn't knock it out. Okay. Let's see, what came out this week? I don't really know too much, to be honest. Like, if you want something new or just something general. Because like, as I say, tanks are not my strength. Action fighting, you could just go with something as simple as a John Wick, maybe. You can go Fast and the Furious if you want. There's plenty to go. At least that means you can book another 9 dates after it. 11 dates if you include Hobbs and Shaw. But there is the Transformers franchise as well. Yeah, there's quite a lot to really pick from. Like, you can go for the big franchise. Like, maybe something as simple as like the original X-Men movies could be quite fun. There's a little bit of romance, not very much, but it's there. Or you could go for something really cheesy and go for that This Means War with Chris Pine and Tom Hardy and Reese Witherspoon, which is one of the strangest romantic comedies you'll see, action romantic comedy, about two, I believe, CIA agents fighting at each other for the love of the same woman. That could work. It's a bit cheesy, but that's what most romance movies are. Yes, you have the Mr. and Mrs. Smiths. Like, if you want to watch something with a little bit of animation but not as much action, there's this quite interesting one called Lost in Starlight on Netflix at the moment, brand new, well, a couple of weeks ago, about an astronaut planning to go to Mars who falls in love with a musician, and they have to decide what's going to happen. Are they going to be able to have a relationship or not when one's going to be moving across the world? That's an interesting one. Or you could go with the anime Your Name, which is probably the best thing. I don't know how screen share works, to be honest, if I'm honest, at all. When you said that you had the date, I thought that meant in the same place, not just watching it and chatting across the internet. Right, there's not a shiny Porygon there. I don't really want to use the massive mass outbreak. The proper big ones, to be honest. Is that a shiny? No. Yeah, that's why I got a little bit confused. I thought you meant you were going to be in the same room. Because to me, I still prefer watching movies on a television rather than streaming it online. If I'm honest. If I have apart from when I have to do screeners, I will watch on the actual television than on a laptop screen or a computer screen. I don't enjoy that mode of entertainment. Or the other way around, but it's not as easy as that. Yeah, some of the stuff on it is like pretty easy to do, but it's all depends where the source comes from, I guess. But I guess this is like a new method that people watch movies together through screen share since certain pandemics that caused the world to close down. Maybe that's what the new way of doing it. Right, now I need to... I also like, there's one good thing, so you can just use share the actual screen. Fair enough. I do like this new thing on here. When you take snapshots, it encourages you to use the Nintendo Switch app. So that's a lot of money. That means they must be getting on at least one plane. Maybe two. And then I guess the other side of it is it legal to watch it in, I'm guessing, there's 2 different countries. Like I saw, I believe it was Robin mentioned that like the Pokemon channel on here, Twitch, shows the anime during the night in the, well, in, I imagine, Europe. And it's not currently available in Belgium anymore. Can't you just like press start at the same time and just watch it that way on a screen instead of full-blown screen sharing? Is that not an option? That is very strange. Like, I get that there's probably some legal stuff and licensing and stuff, but outside of your alternative means to watch stuff, is there a legal way to watch the anime in your country anymore? Or I'm guessing Europe, maybe? I don't know if it's just you and Netherlands or what's caused it. Hello Shirio, welcome in. How are you today? YouTube, Pokemon channel, and Netflix. Okay. So at least there's a free way to watch it all. It kind of depends what you're planning to watch. If you're using Netflix, if you're using other stuff, and that's the difficult thing. So in the UK, you can watch pretty much from 4 to, I think, 9 on the BBC iPlayer, which is quite nice. Netflix has Galar series, and that's about it really. Yeah, so as I said, it's more to do with what you end up watching, I think. Like, some of them are going to be easy to get your hands on, others are going to be difficult. Like if you just pick a basic Marvel movie, you would have your Disney's. If that makes sense, instead of finding like more obscure movies on Prime or Netflix. But again, I've never really done like screen share stuff. I've always sort of done everything around the people around me. Wait, that got stuck. Bing, bing, bing. That was an easy one. A nice little spread. That is good, Cheerio. That is good. I saw you were in the Fortnite games, I believe, yesterday, so I'm guessing that means your Switch is working again? Or were you on one of your sister's devices? But that's the best thing I can really say to you, Kim. Like, I've never done screen share with somebody watching a movie. I'm somebody who has generally always done it, like, with someone one-to-one whenever I was watching stuff. So I don't really know how it actually even works. What is considered legal and what is not. So there's a lot of technical terms behind it all. Now, we were mentioning yesterday about how some things are going to be free to pretty much watch wherever you want because of dumb decisions by studios, including the new Superman movie. But we have 28 years later next week. We have the Formula 1 movie the week after, and then we have Jurassic World Rebirth. I was just saying, I saw you playing some of the Fortnite games yesterday, so I was assuming you were back on your Switch or borrowing one of your sisters again. I'm pretty sure I saw your username pop up. Oh, the XP charm is something you should always try to get early, to be honest. But I do know, like, the other things you can look into is something like NordVPN. Now, I can't sponsor it on here, it's for the movie reviews. But on my review site, I've got something where you can get a discount on NordVPN. So that can always be a thing, so one of you can pretend to be at the other one's location, and then you have the same Netflix, etc. stuff. Like, they dragged me into doing, like, the affiliate program. But it just said write an article, and if people click it, you get some of the money they spend, but I don't really know how it works. Like, nobody clicks anything on the website. I am good, thank you. We're just a little overwhelmed with how much we need to do here. We keep getting distracted by everything. I have no idea what does and doesn't work. Yeah, I get it's commission based. What I mean is, they've put me on it, but they haven't signed me up to anywhere where I can see what I'm making, if that makes sense. I've had it before with Just Watch, and they sort of said that if people click on the link and buy something, so when I review a movie, I put a link where you can see where you can watch it, and if you went and bought it in Amazon, like off Amazon for whatever it is, £4, I would get a percentage of that because I've sent the traffic there. But in all my time having Just Watch, I don't think I've made a penny. Yeah, I just did a little article and a link, and that'll do. Like, nobody's probably going to click on it anyway. Nobody reads reviews anymore, if we're honest. That's the sad thing about it. It's all about the TikToks. People like short media nowadays. Long media has started to die off. It's kind of sad. Like, you can say the same with, like, people want to know the end of the movie rather than watch it themselves. And a few other things like that, so yeah. Right, I think we can beat the Melodic today. That should be pretty easy to beat because we've got the Masquerado. Yeah, I was just saying that most people now are more interested in short media reactions to stuff. Like, there's this very, very, very hated influencer who claims to be a critic, and he gets dragged to all of the events, and he puts like the most wildly over the top reactions out there because the movie studios actually pay influencers to say the movie's good rather than get a proper review. And it's rubbing a lot of the people who are critics the wrong way, because they would quite happily discuss the good and bad of a movie. And just because the movie's bad, it gets blocked out. It's a very, very horrible cycle at the moment. But unless it's sort of like... and then the other thing I know from my personal watching experience, the biggest YouTube critics will only review the biggest movies. And anything that isn't a big movie, they're not doing because nobody is really looking around for it. Like, my biggest YouTube review is about 8,000 views, and it's a weird Indonesian horror movie. And like, my most viewed one on the website, I believe, is a Brazilian action thriller. So it tells you kind of, if you're going to be doing it, you ain't going to be picking up the next Superman as your movie to watch. You need to be doing a lot of other stuff. I actually want this at the top. Yeah, that's kind of, from what I've learned, is what you need to be doing if you ever want to step into it. It's no different than doing this sort of streaming. If you from day one decide to go and do Fortnite, you're gonna struggle. And again, with like the Pokemon games, like, this game is harder to find an audience for because there's a lot of other people doing it, and a lot of the channels in the category are bots that do raids to get their harbour. Yeah, it's all about that pretty much. And consistency. Routine is big as well. The more often you were at the same time, people will know to come back at the same time. If you jump around times, it's more difficult. But everything's a learning curve. This could turn into a nightmare when ZA comes out, because all of the old people who used to do this will turn up out the woodwork and they get all the views. And that's the thing. That's why we want to do the races, but then we don't want to bring people in just for the races. They want, as we said, the channel points are there for the chaos to begin. But I know a lot of people are waiting for me to get the shiny charms. But then once I can do proper shiny hunting, we will then be more interactive, I guess. Like, we can do, like, I can decide just to do a race if I feel like that's what we want to do today, or well, I'm not, for this game and PLA, I don't mind not having the shiny charm. I mostly just want the map unlocked. That's the only reason why we're sort of speed running it. So there's no advantage. It's not even a disadvantage. I flat out cannot get to Area 0 right now. So if we did draw an Iron Valiant, I can't do anything for it. Um, and again, we don't want to lock people out of the game, sort of thing. Most people will have at least unlocked area 0, I believe, and that's the key factor. Like, I still want to unlock the starters as well, really, but that's a lot of work in the blueberry. But I will, when we get to blueberry for that, we'll put a bit of a call out, and then we can do a union circle day where we just flat out just do all the barbecue tasks, get as much done as possible. Welcome in. That's a long name. My name is Celista, but I think that's right. I might be wrong. Your least favourite gym leaders are Sabrina, Whitney, Norman, and the fifth Sinnoh one. And the last one in black, the ice one in Kalos, and Opal and Larry. Fair enough. Like, Larry's like the cult hero, isn't he? I don't like the gym battle with Larry because it goes straight into Nimona without being able to heal. I know for a fact I hate that. But welcome in. We are trying to do our shiny living dex from scratch. Celestial. Yes, sorry. But welcome in. We're trying to do a shiny living dex from scratch on the Switch too. So we wanted to make brand new save files, which we're doing. We're playing through Violet Sword and Legends Arceus. And the idea is to just do shiny hunting, do races, do bingos, get everybody involved, but not sort of lock anyone out. The more people that would like to take part, the better. And yeah, the main goal is an interactive shiny hunting challenge that I hope everyone can enjoy. We're not totally big on all of the rest, but yeah, that's just kind of our challenge. And again, we want to build a nice little friendly community where everybody can just come and relax and shiny hunt. I think one of the more frustrating things as a shiny hunter is feeling like you're the only one doing it, not having someone to talk to while you're doing it. The more people you can talk to while you do these sort of things, the better. You don't ever feel like you're left out. I know some people will purely just shiny hunt, and then once they've done things, they won't want to do anymore, which is fair enough. Like, it's a single player game. But my goal is just to keep everyone motivated to carry on going and just push them over the line when they lose a little bit of motivation behind all their hunting. And just make it a bit of fun, so it's not like you're feeling upset that you missed something. And we want to do rewards for people. Yeah, we've got quite a lot planned, but we just need to sort of push our way through the game, which is, this is technically, no, this is the 7th day of this, to be honest. But for the week, we have one shiny, but we haven't really shiny hunted yet. The closest is probably the DAs, and we haven't done too much in the DAs. Right, meet up with Kieran. Where is Kieran? Oh, just there. We can do it now. Dun, 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 dun. Hi, Kieran. I know you're going to be an important item later. Very important. But tomorrow will be the second day on Legends Arceus, and I'm kind of excited because we got the shiny in there already. I do think if I don't spend too much time shiny hunting, I could unlock all of the maps tomorrow, because I know just how fast the game goes suddenly. It's crazy. Now, where's the last sign? Oh, it's the one up here. I haven't unlocked the Paradise Barrens, have I? Gotta go and run along. I know this from my own sort of Nuzlocks that I've done, like, the first bit you spend so much time just to get stuff leveled up a bit, but then you can start catching stuff to fly through the rest of the game. It's kind of crazy how fast it goes. I don't really want to go on the grass yet. Why not stick up here? We could get a spoink, which is a nice shiny at least. Let's go, go, go! Bump. The boa. I still forget that I can't do all of the extra stuff yet. I keep thinking I can go and fly. Right, let's drop down here. We're just going to skid all the way to the bottom. There we go, good Miraidon. Find a little shortcut through here. Oh, hi Nose Pass. Bombardier is going to be a hard one to shiny hunt, I do know that. We've tried it, we failed miserably. Plenty of times. But Morpeko is an easy one to shiny hunt. So there is that. Nose Pass is definitely easy, it's just a big yellow nose. Right, we have to do this battle with Kieran again. I've got my days mixed up. Luckily for you, I've tried it a few times. I know it's something to do with the feet are slightly different colour, aren't they? It's just, again, I think this game will improve the shiny hunting for that, for me. But I was staring at their feet for ages and got very confused. Yeah. I think the main outbreak I ever did was in the middle of the water as well, and the water is notoriously terrible for lighting. If I did it here, it might be a bit easier. Why did I put this up front? Because I thought we were going to face the Milotic. It's Joe Hendry. Dun 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 dun. I just think I'm notoriously bad luck for shiny hunting. Like, even when we did the old challenges, some of the stuff we hunted, we weren't getting. Like, it took me ages to get just one tarantula, let alone 2 or 3. So, I know it is just that I don't get the luck on my side. So I don't. But the only one I've ever had really, really lucky was, I think we were doing Knuckle Stack, and I got 2 in a horde of 5 once, which was very funny. And I had been doing that one for ages. At least Hoppet's easy to see. That's the key thing. I mentioned yesterday, I think Hoppet is one of my favourite shiny variants, because it just dislodges the colours for the evolutions, doesn't it? And I like that. I think it's really clever. Don't worry, we've done plenty of outbreaks. You should have seen me with my Bostiff. I think I did 5 before I got 1 shiny, with 3 times level sandwich, shiny charm, isolated it, couldn't get anything. Tarantula was the same. Like, again, when this first was complete, I did a lot of shiny hunting, but I was doing it just on my own, and that's why I kind of got a little bit disinterested. I don't mind talking to people about it, but otherwise I'm fine. I don't really care if I don't get a single one for 3 hours, as well, just chatting away. I don't mind. Your least favourites are Giovanni, Faulkner, Watson, Faulkner. Somebody doesn't like the electric gym leaders, do you? Candace, Brr, Wolfric, Opal, and Brassius. What did Brassius ever do to you, Mr. Belgium? Did it kill your flying type? Your Talonflame probably got knocked out by the Pseudo-y Woodo-y. Because you automatically think that Talonflame will be a good choice. I don't know what type Burr is. Wolfric is the ice chap, isn't he? I hate his gym puzzle. But otherwise, I don't mind him. I don't really mind Opal, but... Watson doesn't have plus or minus. Faulkner has other types. Yes, yes. I get it, I get it. It's more of a joke that you picked 2 electric gym leaders that you didn't like. Yeah, and you don't think that going in, do you? You think, oh, I've got a flying bird, a flying firebird against the grass gym. And the fact it's got sturdy, the Sudowoodo. I don't know what Candace's team is, to be honest. I can't remember enough of the generation. Right, go back to the community centre. Nope, I don't know why I pressed that button. Right, back here. Wolfric needs more moves, Pokemon, and a Mega Abs. I think some of the Megas probably should have been used once you have the Lucario lady, don't you? What have I got to do? Talk to you? Just go to bed, I guess. Yes, okay. Opal's just weird, the stats boost. Oh, I think the stats boost are just to prepare you. Because, like, the fairy gym is quite difficult if you're just facing the fairy gym, and her team is actually very, very good as a gym leader, because she's got the Mowile, so that takes away poison, which you won't know unless you battled her. And then the Alcremie's Dynamax move actually heals it, so that's why I think they gave you the stats boost. Just so you should be able to beat the Alcremie a little bit better. I know it's not fair, but that's my theory behind it. I'm not saying it's right. But then you can say the same with this one, with the Rhyme battle. Because it's a double battle, you get the boosts, don't you, in the battle. And it just makes it very easy. But what is your least favourite gym challenge in this game? That's a question to ask. Mine is Tulip. I hate this expression thing because I don't really know what it does. If I don't press the buttons, do I fail? Or what? Doesn't really ever tell you. You don't seem to get rewarded for doing it quickly or punished for doing it slowly either. So it's just one of those that I've never really got. But I think, I can't remember what we do. I think we do the Milotic now. Right? Yes, we'll go and do the Milotic. Didn't unlock that because I'm an idiot. Hard to know what exactly you need to do. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because it's sort of, you're meant to go and battle the trainers around the town and they tell you the answers, don't they? I believe that's how it's meant to work. But I've just been a bit... I think even first time round I just copied the answers. The Geodudes do blur into the ground quite a lot on this. For me, on this game. On the screen I'm watching again. You know what, let's try something just quick. Oh no, you're getting too close. Let's see, where is the mouse? Where's the mouse go? There you are. Right, we'll beat this then. Go into this, go into settings. I'm trying to get the lighting right on this laptop so badly. I just can't get it to work to the right level. Let's try this. Does that make it better? That makes it way worse, actually. What does this do? It should not affect anything there. Maybe we try it that level. Let's see what this looks like. That looks a little bit better, actually. I think I had it on a bit too bright. Because I needed it on bright to see stuff on the other game mode. But I think this could still be a bit too bright. It is very difficult to get the lighting right in this game. Well, the ice one's very, very easy. I think you could probably let it run itself though, couldn't you? But it's another one where you don't really get rewarded for doing it quickly or slowly or punished and stuff. Like, imagine if you did it quickly and she had a different team if you did it in under, I don't know, 20 seconds. But if you did it in over 40, she would then have a more challenging team or something. I guess that does play into the idea that the game would be dynamic in how it works, but we know they're not going to do that. Let's just take that off a second. Okay, we're going to try this for a while. So it doesn't change anything that you guys see. It just changes how I see it. No, this doesn't look right. And I could play with these settings for probably months. Oh, that was a shiny. Of all of the things to actually run into, it was a shiny Jingling. Wow. One of the hardest shinies to see as well. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, absolutely ridiculous. And I have nothing to catch it with. Oh dear. I thought this might just stay in the bowl, but that is good that we've got one of the worst shinies done. It can't knock itself out, right? Right, we do have Breloom now, so this can put it to sleep at least. Right. It's me moaning about seeing stuff and then... Yeah, that's going to hurt, right? Yeah, fine. We'll put it to sleep. I got confused. That's not good. This is how I found my first, like, Axew as well. Just by running up a mounting and ran into it once. Right, so we're going to put it to about here. And now we'll start throwing balls at it. Because I forgot to put a false swipe on here. Oh, why are you being difficult? I don't think a Mach Punch will knock it out, right? There we go. That is shiny number 2. Right. We want to make that a bit longer, and we'll just save that to be worked on later. I'm just happy though, it's one of the worst, the hardest shinies to see. We managed to get already. Right, so we'll make that properly later. Do we have a country nickname we want to call this? Anybody got a suggestion of a country for this one? China? We'll see whether it'll work. Let's see if it does work. I know some places are actually locked out of the game. Okay, it does let me use it. Has it got a mark? Or a nature check, anybody? Anybody want to do a nature check? I won't have a sprite for this, I don't think. Sassy, bashful. Let's have a look. Greetings, Ray. How are you today? You're just in time to see a shiny that we got. Our second of the challenge. We actually ran into it by accident. So yeah, we weren't really paying attention and there was a shiny looking at us. This is Gen 4, right? So yeah, we have this little bell thingy. Right, this is Gen 4, right? Yeah, it must be. We can get the sprite quickly. I should just start downloading some of the sprites I don't have, and not that type of sprite. No 7-ups. Chingling. Saved. Which accent? The non-Irish one? Or my English one? My too posh now? Why is that what it is? I'm too posh. It hasn't changed, I don't think. Has it? From the last time you were here. I thought it had always been the same. I wanted to put a second picture up. Why not? Let's put a second picture up. Image. We're definitely distracted now. A very British accent. Well, when we get the cup of tea and a crumpet, we'll become fully English. We'll upload that. We're doing all the technical stuff while on stream because we're professionals like this. This bar thing gets in the way every time. Right. That'll do. Now we can update. Have two shinies. Maybe we'll put that a little bit higher actually. There we go. That'll be better. There we go. We have two shinies now. Well, I want to just take the old pictures of this because it is a good shiny, to be honest. We'll do some modelling a bit later with it. We'll put this in the shiny box. Actually, this is the first one we've got in this game, isn't it? Properly. Right, we're going to call the shiny box here. We will change the wallpaper, because I think we get good wallpapers in this game, don't we? Where is the one I like the most? Oh. That one will do. Change this to, say, shinies. And then we'll get back to what we were meant to be doing. Yeah, we do miss your streams, Ray. We haven't seen you for a while. Well, I think I saw you last week. Are you on holiday now? Or have you just taken a break? But to be honest, I'm just happy we got one of the worst shinies. And when I say worst, the hardest to see shinies done. I really wasn't expecting that. So yeah, that is very good. We'll update the shiny website later. That'll be easier. But all of what we were doing, we've really not really helped what it looks like on screen, which was what we were actually doing. We were playing with the settings to see if we could make it a bit nicer on the eyes for me. Because for some reason, this computer doesn't make it as clear. I can't quite figure out why. And it's really starting to annoy me. Does that change much? I don't think so. Because it's streaming perfectly for everybody, it's just it doesn't look good on this screen. I can't get it to work how I want it to. Hello Corey, welcome in. You've just missed our first Violet Shiny of this challenge. Which is quite... Oh, look at the colour difference. We have some crystals. Maybe we can get the photo while we're here. That would be kind of good actually. Because then we can take the photo where we caught the shinies as well. Yes, I'm still trying to fiddle with the colour on the screen I'm playing the game on. The comedy of this. Look, the stream looks beautiful, but this doesn't. And it's definitely the laptop screen just being a bit weird. We're doing the whole game again. We're honest, like the challenge is going to be to start from fresh. But we just got this. Nope. We're going to take a photo where we caught it. Well, we'll take it on the bridge then. Nope, come back here. Where did you go? Why won't you just... Okay, can you follow me up the bridge? Yeah, so we got this. A shiny Chingling. That's... And now it's gone to sleep. Yeah. We were going to try and take a proper photo. But some of the photos are a bit weird. And the slug was just looking at me in the background. Why not? That'll do. And we ran into it by accident. As well. It was the funniest thing. I was literally complaining about something. And I ran into a Chingling that I didn't see. And bam, it was shiny. So it kind of sums it up, really. What are we meant to be doing? That's the storyline-wise. Probably should have read the text a bit more. Yeah, we haven't done any hunting in this game yet because we want to try and unlock everything so we can do these shiny hunt races and stuff. So we're still working on it a little bit. Like we've got 6 of the badges. I just wanted to do this storyline so I could get the lower level Ogerpon. That's the main reason why we're here still. And this is day 7, which is kind of good considering we're doing a fresh Sword and Shield save and fresh disc and Legends Arceus. This is the 4th day on Violet, I think. Yeah, we did the weekend on Violet just to start it off. Sword and Shield's a little bit different. You can get to DAs very quickly. So we're mainly doing DAs to start with. And we've only done 1 day on Legends Arceus. And we got our first shiny in there, which was very, very nice. Oh look, there you are. You're making a cameo on the stream. Where is Kieran now? Oh, you're up here. But yeah, we were just trying to work on the colour on the laptop I play it on. To see if we could make it so it's actually the colour the stream is showing it to be. It makes it a little bit harder to actually shiny hunt on this when I can't quite see it as clearly as you can on the stream. Because like the stream version looks really clean. But everything looks a bit more washed out on the stream side of things. And I can't figure out why. I should probably see what it looks like on my end, to be honest. But what is it that you're after on your Let's Go? Is it still like a proper like shiny living dex, or are you sort of doing a badge quest? Professor Oak's challenge or something? I know there's a lot of things to do on there. We are probably looking to do a Let's Go Eevee run, which will be starting Sunday. I think the main goal will be pretty much the Route 1 stuff, maybe Kangaskhan, but there's nothing I really need to put all of my time into on that game. Because like Pidgey, Spearow, Rattata, Weedle, Caterpie, going to be so much easier in a Let's Go than in the other games they're in. Caterpie, maybe we could get something out of Sword and Shield, but only probably the Butterfrees. Oh, we have this, right. But there's a few options. Like, we only have 2 team members we need to be using because somebody requested Ceruledge, so we'll use that this time. Doing the badge quest right now, catching 1 shiny before each gym. So far 5 shinies. We'll use this. So you've got a Nidoking, Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise and Mr. Mime. Very nice. Have you got ideas on what you want the last 3 to be? I don't know if you're going to count 4 if you're going to do 1 before the Elite 4. Be interesting to see what else you want to add. You know, we'll just stick with this. We're so higher level. As we said, most of this is just to get a low level Ogerpon. Fair enough. You could go for... you've got all your typings covered really, haven't you? Maybe go for something that's one of the more version exclusives. I think like a pencil that doesn't get much love. Maybe. Or like... obviously the simple one is sort of like an Eevee. Eevee could be fun, right? At least you can maybe get like a Jolteon. Yeah, for battling it's not a challenging game, is it? It's just how much time you want to put into just doing the chaining, which is what I don't like doing. That really didn't touch this, did it? I forgot that it's now a dragon. It's just the patience of trying to get all of the shinies, really. That might be about as much time as I've put on it since I've ever had the game. If I'm honest. I already struggled to enjoy the game. I have no issues with the look of it, the catching mechanics. I just don't like that I can't use my controller. I get the complete concept of it. Like, it's just, have I been paralysed like 4 turns in a row? First off, I didn't know you could use in handheld. Yeah, the handheld mode is like the only way I can usually play it. But you can't stream handheld mode. That's the thing I don't like. I would like to stream it as well, and the only way you can stream it is the proper catching way. And that's a very annoying thing for me. Puts me off really getting into it. Yeah, but I didn't get the Pokeball. I'm not going to pay another like 40 odd pounds to do Well, the thing is, the Pokeball's exactly the same as using a Joy-Con, isn't it? You just gotta throw. It's the throwing motion. The ball never goes where I throw it. I think it is on here still. I've seen someone else use it, but I haven't used. I don't think I've set it up on this, if I'm honest. Fair enough. Well, as I say, it's the motion. It's just like, I wish you could just press the A button to throw, if that makes sense. That's how I would just like to play it with a proper controller. Okay, so now the loyal 3 are out. We should be able to get the information on these, beat them pretty easily. And I forget what we've got to do next, to be honest. Eevee, but I never played the Pikachu, as you don't see what. There's not much point in playing both, to be honest. Especially when you can just stick the stuff in from Go to complete the Pokedex if you want to. That's probably the best way to put it. It's so much easier to put it in through home. Like, again, you can get to the Go Safari with 2 badges, I believe, as well, and then you can just catch the stuff you've overpowered elsewhere. I don't know if you can put legendaries in it, but I'm definitely, if we do it, I don't even think I'm going to finish the game. I think we just stick to Route 1. I'm definitely not going to do soft resetting on those legendaries. There's so much more you can do. There's so much easier ways to do the legendaries. So that'll be the plan. So where do we go? We go here. Yeah, we can fly there. I was hoping. I've only done a couple of transfers once and never really went back. But I don't know if I can connect my home account to a second copy of the game, which might be a problem. But I'm not going to do that anyway, so I'm not too worried. I'll just try and do some trades for the version exclusives if I do build the living decks. Nice. Another nice easy one to do on your own. I do wonder how many more shinies we've run past now, considering how that one was so funny that we saw it. So this is a little bit better. Maybe it's just the size of the screen. We're still back here trying to fix this so it's easier to see. It just doesn't seem to adjust. I'll try that back with the nightlight again. What does this look like on there? Yeah. Maybe it just doesn't work properly because it's trying just to, all of the good stuff goes over the internet. In the stream rather than, I don't know. No, because what the thing is, the copy you're watching, the picture looks perfect. for what I want it to look like. It's just on the one where I'm trying to capture the footage from, it's a little bit all over the place. What haven't been healed? You have confusion, I believe, so you'll do for this battle. Yeah, poison. Yuxi versus Absol, Butterfree, Grimmsnarl, Jellicent, and Hadlopard. Very nice teams. Yeah, so it's not the game, it's the laptop that's just not putting the same picture quality out as the stream's getting, and whatever's being recorded will be much nicer. That's the thing, that's why it's a little bit frustrating from my point of view. Oh, maybe. Nope. Nope, we don't want to fiddle with this too much. Well, it's not changing anything there, so that's fine. Right. Yeah, and it's not the switch that's causing the problems either, it's just the computer doesn't seem to want to do it properly. I've tried putting this on for a while. It's a bit risky, but to do this in the middle, but how do I get out of this? But I couldn't see where we were, and I got poisoned. It's a little bit better, I guess. But I can do this now, to see what it looks like. No, scales the window. Keep that as it is. Video playback, maybe. Has that improved it? It's very difficult to see the difference when you're not streaming though. I guess what we could do is actually see what the stream looks like on the laptop. That could be smart as well. In case the sound comes up. So, what does it look like here? Wait, we got knocked out, did we? We'll send out Zerowalk. I need to be able to actually see the battle before we can see. It's got better. No, it's definitely something wrong with the laptop picture. That's the problem. No. Or is it this? Maybe. I don't know. You'll have to get more technical afterwards. This looks a little bit better actually, but keep that on. HDR. What's this stuff? This is on. We've already gone to that one. That is wrong. So where did we go? Advanced graphics. Optimize. Not the right one. We've been through this one already, haven't we? Video playbacks. That one makes the most sense. It is so strange that it does this weirdness. I just don't get it. Display. Switch that off a minute. That doesn't really do too much, does it? It looks slightly cleaner, I guess. I guess the other option would be to try and stream the other way around on the old laptop, but the problem is it doesn't have much memory. That's probably the hardest part of it, trying to do it on the alternative means. The colour profile seems right. Don't really want to fiddle with that right now. Because the silly thing is, everything is actually set the same on both laptops. It just doesn't want to actually do this properly. But we'll worry about that later. It'll be a funny part of the VOD where we just get distracted again. Right, let's go and get the information on the loyal free and beat the loyal free, then probably go and get through what is it? If we can get through the 2 gym leaders, I think we can do that. I want to try and catch the Ogre-pon as well. We've done most of what I wanted to do today. I guess the other option is I just do it on a time delay and play it on the stream copy. I don't want Ogre-pon to follow me. I hate it when he follows me. I actually hate the following mechanics in all the games. The part of me would like to take a picture so you can see what I mean, the difference in quality is. Probably could do that, to be honest. Yeah, that's probably the best option, but I don't know. I just have to work with it. It's not the worst thing in the world. I guess the other option would be to actually look at the settings on here. See what they are. System. Oh yeah, the follower mechanics are great on there. I've seen a lot of people do that. Oh, I actually have it on a very... That is interesting. That is very interesting. How dark we have this. Let's have a look. Maybe that is the case. Maybe I should keep it lower. Always... Yeah. Yeah. No, because that's not actually changing the video playback, though, is it? This is not on the biggest screen option. That's an interesting thing to note. Maybe that's what's causing the problem. But I think if I do that, it's going to really mess things up right now. Let's try this actually. I can do it on this one. Let's see what it looks like here. Not that much difference, is it? It's probably moved everything on my desktop, because why not? But it's interesting. That is, it looks like that's meant to be a drop-down menu, but no. Okay, we've got Okidori. It is very professional to be trying to fix the computer screen in the middle of a stream. Right? And the last one is here. No, you're the Onair person. We'll worry about you later. So this even has the night light on as well. So Ogibon is happy. Right. So what we might try and actually do is put this on a much darker colour to like here. No, that's much worse. Oh, I need the night light one as well. Does that make it better? Not really. A little bit, I guess, but it's a bit too dark. Because like we've got this quite dark. Why does that go so dark? Oh dear. So we'll button bash through this. What's this one's HDR options then? This is just off. It's not supported, but it is supported for video games. Is fine. Not supported. Switch that off then. Welcome back, Mr. Belgium. But that's more for streaming, which is fine. That makes sense. Like that is the only thing that's really different is the scale. And that is 60. What's this? Where did I get to that? Advanced. Where was that? Wait. I'm so confused what's going on here. So what it's saying here is this one can go one faster because of the graphics card, right? Which is very strange. But that's not really going to change it enough. You know, screw it, we don't care. We'll just stick with what we've got. We can do this. It still works. Nice. As we say, hopefully you can get that shaman sorted. And we can move on to, what was it, Reggie Drago. Did you really take my fast travel point? Did I not unlock that one? Starting. Right, we go over to the Crystal Lake. We've already faced this thing once. Did we get healed? Of course we didn't. We can probably beat this with... We've got items, right? We've got items. Paralyze heal on you. And a max revive on you. Super potions, because I can't be bothered to run back. Because I am that lazy today. And then we'll go through it now. Right. We'll put the Sorrow Ledge at the top, because I think it'll be strongest. back into the ads. Oh no, that's why I got confused. Voice Rebellion wasn't in the ads, he just disappeared for a little bit. Oh no, Porygon 2s. Wait. Ooh, I thought that was... Not gonna lie, I kind of thought that was a Lucario. Or a Riolu. A cutie fly. I don't know. Well, I think I actually do have OBS on the main laptop, so I'll try it the other way around. See what it looks like. The silly thing is it records perfectly as well. Just plays it back a bit rubbish. Oh no, I can't climb yet. I forgot I can't climb. We'll get there. We'll get there. Right, let's do this Titan battle. We should be fine, right? Well, welcome back. Right. Maybe it's just a Twitch setting that makes things look brighter. Maybe that's what it is. It just makes things play back even better. But I don't think it was that good on this screen either. Let's just say we're happy we got a second shiny today. This does have a ghost move actually, so it's a little bit scarier than it needs to be. But we should be fine with the team we've got, because she usually just paralyzes everything. That's pretty much her MO. The Pheasant Deputy is the annoying one, isn't it? So the thing is, I've only got to beat this, and then we can sort of do the Ogre-Pon battle. What type of ball shall we catch the Ogre-Pon in? That's the next question. I don't think I have anything really strong for the Pheasant Deputy, so it's going to be more of just beating it up and hoping we win. Right, so that was a lot easier than it should be at this stage. And we don't need that. Right. I probably will use the Golduck against the Okidori because of the quad weakness to Psychic. I may have learned a better Psychic move too, I don't know. We'll have a look. Because I guess like one session is going to be just collecting everything. And because we're going to be running around collecting everything, we probably have a good chance of finding some shinies on that way. Did you learn? We learned Zen Headbutt. And you're more special anyway, so that's fine. We'll have to just keep Confusion unless you have nothing of any merit there. We will fast travel because we don't really care that much. Like we want to finish the story, not get distracted. I can't get out that way because I can't jump high enough. Tandemaus. That'll be a challenge because we will need to do both families of Tandemaus. Just look how smoothly that came in compared to what we're used to, where it's like jittering in the background. And that's good to see. Yeah, I do think we can get this all done today. The gyms at least. I could go and do what the Elephant Titan can I? that'll be pretty easy with this team. It's the still one, so, well, it's still ground. Like, I think fighting is pretty good. We'll be relatively comfortable with what we've got available, even if we get hit a couple of times. That didn't do very much at all. Not gonna lie, I thought that would do a lot more. Considering it's like 4 times weak to psychic moves. I guess confusion is pretty weak. Usually she does the moves to sort of make it angry and paralyzed, but I guess not. Not this time. Okay, bop. There goes more Pekka, because Carmine hadn't trained her team up properly. Mighty Anna will make it weaker, but be very weak to it. No, why did that change my move? That's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Like, we were ready to go for that one. But whatever. We'll keep going. We can win, right? We can definitely win without dying. Oh good, at least you've made us hit harder. Is it only a physical attack? Great. Thanks, Mariana. Snapped out of confusion and kicked me. Okay, that's fine. We can take that. Can anybody remember what way round Ogerpon puts its masks on? That'll be the next challenging question for me, to figure out if I can remember that. You survived, Mighty Anna. Now can you knock it out? No, but you knocked yourself out. Well done. Oh no, it did survive. Okay. I was wrong. I thought it was going to die. Now, Festivity, as we know, can be a bit of a troll. We know it's one of the worst things to face. I think at the end of the day, I'm just being overly critical of what the game looks like. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Right, we'll fly up to here, because the easiest way to get to it is this way. Monkey Dory. I guess, to be honest, I don't really know what would be the best answer to it. I kind of think most of the typings are a bit misleading of the free. I guess you think this one will be flying and poison. But then the monkey could be seen as like a psychotic or psychedelic sort of creature, rather than just a fairy. Maybe. I guess that's how I would look at it, maybe. But the amount of times I came into this battle thinking, I can't use a ground type move. When I said, that's a ground type. That's 100% a ground type. And then boom, it's not. It's a fairy type. Right. Now it flies through the cave, and I always forget where it is, so I have to go through the cave. And there you are, Ogerpon, being annoying again. Yeah, get away. We don't like you, Ogerpon. I do have to face Kieran again, don't I? And then you just run and jump off the edge here. And you can get down to it. By jumping into a Goomy. And over that. So there we go. Again, this is more of just a slow battle. Because it uses all its troll moves. And Carmine has a dark team. Pretty much. Carmine is probably the most mismatched for this battle of any of the trainers in the game. Let's put that there a second. Yes. Right, we do have clear smog, but it's not going to be much help. Let's just type this up. See. So OBS. Let's have a look what this is. So I may have found the answer. Oh, this might be a thing. We'll keep using this move, because why not? Knowing me, this will break the stream, but because why not? There you get it. So on here. Video. Okay, so how do I get this to come up? Probably because we're live, we probably can't change that. So, Toxic Drain. We're still going. Base, so that's not much different. Okay, so I think I figured out what it is. This game is being played differently. Just got to figure out how to do this. But I don't know how I get this to appear. We may have the answers to all of our problems. I guess. But because we're live, we can't actually change it. But I think I need to be able to change this page. Probably shouldn't do all of this when we're live. But there should be a filter here. This one. Not there? What about here? Okay. They're not there. Close this a minute. Properties. Right. So it's got this. That's fine. I'm just going to drop that down to there. Don't think that changes anything on that end. Right, so we've finished this. So now we can go back to the town and make Ogerpon the hero of the story. So it is looking at all of this stuff. But it's not letting me do that. Right, that's just doing a lot of stuff. Okay, nothing there. We know we're just going through like the boring story, so we're not missing out on too much. It's just when you're here, it's so much nicer to see what the difference is. It's not lagging. It's yeah, it's not really. I don't think the game quality is bad. Well, the visuals are bad. They look lovely on the stream. I don't think it's actually OBS that's causing the problem. I think it's the computer. We're going to try this a second. Oh no, that's not good. Go back to that. Go back to what we had it on. So the resolution is fine. What about doing this? Will that change much? Not really. But as we said, it's not. It's very, very frustrating that it doesn't work properly. Where else can we be? That way. that do anything to this game? Doesn't do anything to the stream. Stream's still good quality. Right, what do we need to do? I think we need to take Ogerpon home, don't we? We'll heal first, you know? Because we have to face Kieran first. I don't think that filter did anything, so... Yeah, I don't really know what's going on.
He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I missed the clap and everything. I'm really falling apart. Oh dear. This is interesting. I don't know what I've done here, but I seem to have got the full screen. Why did this not be a thing earlier? We do love some Joe Hendry, and sorry for being a bit too distracted today. It has been a very strange day. As I say, I just keep trying to make it, like, the problem is I don't want to, I just want this to look better for me. I know I should, I just don't get why it doesn't look as crisp as it does on there. That's really frustrating me as a probably part perfectionist. It's going to make shiny hunting a little bit difficult. Like, you'll be all going, you missed it, it's right in front of you. When I'm looking at it. And so just while we're here, I'm going to put a picture in the Discord of what this looks like on my screens. Right? So we don't need to worry about too much. So don't worry how good the picture is. I'll put it in the Discord and you can see what I mean by the difference in quality. And I've got two laptops. I'll show you both screens. And you'll see what I mean by it being a bit weird. Where should we put the picture? We'll just put it in game chat for now. So this is, the first one is going to be what it looks like on the one I'm playing it on. And this is what the stream looks like. What was that? New mention? Oh, probably further down. And the second picture is what it looks like in game. I will probably delete these later, but they're in the game chat, the Pokemon game chat. So you can see there is like quite a big difference in the quality of the picture. And that's why I get a little bit frustrated that it looks very different. You are looking at the shadow. As in, what do you mean by looking at the shadow? Again, I'm not tech smart. or anything like that. And what do I put up first? I think he has Yammer first, right? I think. Let's just get through this and then we can see. Difference in the screens to me. One has more shadow. And that's what... Yeah, I don't really know how to get rid of that on the first one. That's what my challenge has been for a while now. This is why when I mentioned when we were doing the DA, some of the shinies are really hard to see, and I've had it for a while on these two screens. As I said, the other thing I could try is putting the OBS on the other screen. I don't think you can. I don't know how it isn't on the stream. But the stream is the bottom picture. If I'm honest. Of those two. Now I'm trying to figure out why the version I'm playing the game... I've got two laptops to start with, Robin. The one that has OBS and the screen capture looks quite bad picture-wise. But when it's on stream, it looks really nice, the game. And I can't figure out why the one I'm playing it on looks a bit rubbish, if you get what I mean. Like, you're not actually in my Discord, but I can't... you can join if you want to see the pictures. But I shared two pictures, like... I don't know if there's a way to fix it, like, because the stream quality for this is lovely. I have no issue with what it looks like on Twitch. But when I'm playing it on here, the colours are so off. It's quite hard to shiny hunt. And even with the DAs, like, when you check them at the end, the colours are really off. I think I've seen you double check some because of that as well. I'm just trying to figure out a way to fix it. Like, it can't be how it's being fed into the thing because the stream is right. The colours are right on stream. It's the screen that's not reading the colours correctly, from what I can tell. But that's the frustrating thing. I guess the smart thing would be to try and get the game on the television and then plugged in, because then I will actually be doing it through the television, wouldn't I, rather? And I would have the good picture. Yeah, pretty much. That's the same sort of thing. It almost looks lower quality, if you get what I mean. If I can get this up. If you want to join another Discord, because I know you collect Discords like Infinity Stones. I put some in the Pokemon game chat. You can see the difference in the pictures. Or I'll send some to you later, whichever. But we did find a shiny today. We ran into a shiny Chingling by accident. Oh yeah, the DAs are really bad. That's why I don't jump in as that much. When I'm looking back through all my DAs and stuff, like, I can't see some of them, like, apart from like your clearly obvious stuff like Guzzlord and stuff like that. But as I say, it can't be anything that's wrong with how it's being sent to Twitch, because it's perfect on Twitch for me, the video side of things. It's like there's something wrong with the the laptop, and I can't get the colours to work how I want them to. Yeah, and that's also a thing. Like, Chingling is a perfect example. There is no way I would have seen that randomly looking at it in the overworld. But there it was. I ran into it and there were some sparkles. So at least I got one of the hardest shinies done. We put that back down there. And we will be doing some Union Circle stuff, yes. Definitely. Because I will need to unlock all of the extra bits and pieces pretty much. Welcome in, ironically. That was a very long dinner, because last time we went to dinner, that was yesterday. So yeah, but otherwise it is going quite well. We got a shiny, but yeah, we'll do the blueberry because I will need to get the points. Fair enough. And I'm guessing Corey's looked at the pictures, so you see what I mean by the difference. At least. That came from the Crystal Lake. I ran into it by accident. Yeah, I don't think... I think Boy from Belgium's missed the conversation. We were talking about the colour problems and this, and how when you do the DAs, I think sometimes they're a bit harder to see from screen to screen. Not just how easy things are to remember shiny. Because we can't all remember all of the shinies, right? I don't think. Yeah, we were running up to the Crystal Pool to do the Milotic storyline, and I accidentally ran into a Chingling and it happened to be shiny. Which is quite funny. Gliscor, that's going to be a bit of a pain, isn't it? Right, I don't really have like... I just wanted to get the Ogerpon storyline done. I was meant to do the gyms today, but we ended up doing Kitakami and tech stuff for most of the stream. I know, that's why I'm so happy that I got one of the most frustrating shinies by accident. I think 3 of us can do Mario Kart World. I think, because ironically he's got it, but... I forgot what we're facing. Probably Diplin now, isn't it? I forgot, I wasn't paying attention. So yeah. No, and Robin doesn't either. And Dragon neither. No, it's only the 3 of us that have it so far. I haven't played it for like 3 days, because I don't really enjoy it single player, if I'm honest. I shouldn't have used that move, should I? But never mind. Yeah, I think it's one of those that it's good that there isn't too much that came out at the beginning. Because if it... there wasn't too many games that came out at the beginning, because it's not putting people out of a chance to play the new games. Like, I think, what was it, 2 new games came out that you can't play somewhere else. I don't know if they will make a Switch 2 Lite, if I'm honest. The main reason is the battery power is pretty dreadful in the Switch for handheld mode. Exactly. Scarlet and Violet, but people are either they're bored of the game or they don't want to spend £450 for an upgrade. They've already bought the DLC. It plays like a new game, yes, I'll give it that. But again, that would be one like game that you can still technically play somewhere else. That's what I mean. New game is Mario Kart World, and whatever that racing game is that nobody's talking about. Everything else is available somewhere else. That's pretty much the problem with the game, probably more than anything, that most people will want to admit. They're quite happy. Oh yeah, there's the Switch tutorial thing, of course, that I don't think anybody's paid for yet. Unless you're a content creator. Yeah, and the telly does help a lot. I did notice myself with the telly mode is if I put Scarlet and Violet into filmmaker mode on the telly, it did run pretty nicely. I know that sounds really weird. So if your telly has filmmaker mode, it does seem to work quite nicely. Legends Arceus does look better in filmmaker mode too. My Switch One is pretty much being used as my second DA account, pretty much. I kept one of my profiles on there so that I could just do the DAs. I didn't really worry too much, to be honest. It's only got one profile, and it may also be used for soft resetting, but I don't know. But at the end of the day, I've used it on other people's streams. Like I've been in Robin's and used the DA thing there, and MB Plays, but otherwise I haven't used both at the same time, because it's quite hard to DA with two controllers and pay attention to everything else. But I've got it set up so when we do Sword and Shield on here and we've only got 2 or 3 people, I can become the 4th one in the background again. So if there is a Zygarde spell, we've got it. But and I may do the BDSP stuff, but again, for this challenge everything has to be on stream. I wonder how much that is in English money. Canadian dollars. I don't know how bad Canadian dollars are in conversion rate. Because like in England, the Mario version was a grand total of 425 or 29, say 430, just for the Mario Kart Switch 2 version. Pounds, British pounds. But I don't know my dollary dues. Sadly. Ogerpon is confused, and it hurt itself. $16 an hour right now, so that adds up. Yeah, I think the minimum in... Do I have to get the conversion rate? To get the conversion rate. Canadian dollars. British pounds. Pound. To Canadian dollar. Oh. It could be worse, I guess. So we'll put 430 in. And you said, what did you spend? I can't. What did you say you spent on it? 800, did you say? 804, and that's I'm guessing the download Mario Kart one. Yeah, so that is about, in England, with the current conversion, would have been 792. So it's about the same for us. But I ironically said it was, what did you say yours was? That you paid in Canadian dollars? 650. Let's see what that is to British money. That would have been about 300, just over 350. But the difference is all of our taxes. I got to do the Hong Kong money now. The Hong Kong dollar is, yeah. So for some reason it's like £100 cheaper for you as well. So that's pretty good for you. Just looking at the translations to the English dollar. What was that? I have it on the 10 emotes. Well, the total I put in translating across is 3745 is 352. So that's the difference. You're allowed to emote up to 10 emotes in one go. So you can do 9 and not a problem. It was because I didn't want it to just be pure emote spam at any time. At least you don't get banned. That's the key thing. So I don't quite get why it's £100 cheaper to get it in Hong Kong than it is in the UK and Canada. We don't worry about moves. I get 150 for gas money. Does that mean you're a travelling salesman? Or is that literally... we'll put it in a luxury ball this time, why not? Everything can go in a luxury ball. Right. The thing is that America, that includes Canada, confuses me with it. Like in England, we sell everything with the VAT and tax in it. So that's why our prices always look a bit higher. But you have to work out your taxes, don't your VAT on top of it. Which is very strange. I think we can get Tulip done. At least get the Tulip battle done. No, we may go for Titan. We'll get the Titan done. Yeah, so that's probably why. So it ends up being technically more expensive for your earnings. Will the Switch 2 drop in price though, Robin? That'll be the question. Like, the Switch 1 still hasn't ever dropped in price, I don't think. The only way it might drop in price is if this Xbox thing is similar price, and they may try and grab more market value. But considering it's the fastest selling Nintendo console of all time, I can't see them wanting to drop the price. So you've got more money on Steam games. Yes, that is true. Yeah, Switch 1 and Switch 2 very rarely gone down in price. It's been something I've said for a while, because I think the cheapest one I've seen, like secondhand, is the light one. Oh, I've got to face Carmine, haven't I, with Ogre Pond. We'll do that next time. We're going to go and do this elephant. And I didn't unlock the fast travel point, did I? Of course I didn't. Of course I forgot to do this one. This one might be the quickest way down there. See, I would disagree with the second-hand shop as well. Because, like, I still see, like, the most famous one in the UK, and they sell things full price. They're trying to sell Switch 2s for £390. It's different for, like, 3DSs, I guess. But even they've gone way up in price. We probably want to use this, don't we, really? Oh, if you're selling it, that's not too bad. Like, I think I nearly broke Boy from Belgium when I told him I sold Pokemon Red and Yellow for about £63 each. Box versions of both of them. No shiny elephant. Right, where are you? Big wheelie thing. There you are. Okay. It's good to forget a lot of games. Yes, when I bought a lot of them, I got them a lot cheaper. Now they're all nearly double the price I paid for them. When I got my 3DS bundles, I bought all of them. I think I got Auras for like £28, and now they're like 48. I actually would get more money trading it back in for vouchers than actually buying a new than I did when I sold it first. So this should do enough. Oh, you're flinching me, you little sod. Go away with your iron heads. Really? Really? Fine. We'll hit you first. There, how do you feel about that? Yes, if your Roar of Time needs to recharge, Lucaria is the best legendary. It doesn't have to be. No, the best legendary? What do you want about? It's quite clearly like Moltres. No? Right, we might as well have got this cutscene done. And then we'll actually do what we need to do. Yeah. As somebody who very rarely used legendaries, I don't really have a favourite legendary, to be honest. I used to hate using them because they were too strong. Yeah, Magikarp is the god. And the fact that you get them really, really late in the game as well. You've already got attachments to everything that you've sort of got through the game, and then suddenly, oh, here's an Articuno with one gym to go or something. Yeah, that's what is a bit frustrating. Yeah, they're easy enough to catch as such, but it's just the frustration that you get them so late into the game, like, what are you going to do with them? There we go, you got slower, now we can hit you faster. Dancing, so this was actually our starter. Brazil, the Quaquavel. Rayquaza in Emerald. What? Getting it early or being overpowered? Everybody uses Bidoof. It's the legendary monster. Should we use Chingling from now on just because it's shiny? And it makes sense that we have a shiny on our team. Why does the Quaquavel literally turn around and say, "Come and get me"? um, no, I'm not going to use it because I don't want to accidentally evolve it. It's not going to be part of the team. The point of this challenge is to get a collection from scratch right up. And one of the things that always frustrates me is when I have a shiny, and I hear the shiny noise thinking I've run into a shiny when I'm throwing something into battle. That's why I never hunt with a shiny Pokemon. It's a bit too much for me to handle because it always goes wrong somewhere along the line. So next time we will definitely speedrun the end of this game, as we said we would today. I got not very far. Now, I did used to do it for a while, but I got too distracted in one. I don't like using it for like Sword and Shield because you really have to watch them all. Because you're waiting for the sparkly noise. I would just, as I say, go for like a Pinsir. Just something weird. Yeah, Pinsir's different. It's something outside the box as well. Because it's like only in one game, isn't it? Maybe that could work. Otherwise, some of the other things, like think about what you haven't got in your like collection, maybe. Like you could go for something like a Gengar, maybe. I don't know, ghost coverage. Just for something funky. I don't know. You could try and soft reset for the Snorlax if you want a challenge. But then I would say pick something that was one of your favourites from when you played Red, Blue, Yellow first time round that isn't on the selection you've got. So if you did get attached to something like a Pidgeot or a Spearow or a Dugtrio or something like that, just to mix it up a bit, like not necessarily what's going to be competitively good to beat the game. That could be the best option, I would say. Yeah, or the shiny Alolan Rattata and Raticate. But it won't be the right ID. That's the problem, isn't it? Is it? That means I can get Pinsir then. I thought Pinsir was in the other one, as I've never got that far into the game. Maybe put Farfetch'd on the team. That'll be a fun one to take. It's pretty useless, but it would be a bit of a flex to have a shiny Farfetch'd. Like nobody else really wants to do it. Dodrio, nice. A big powerhouse, good speed. They're a bit of a pain to catch because they run everywhere, but... Right, so that did finish this job. Shall we... I don't know, keep changing the maps, not the size of the map. Shall we go here? Right, let's just have a quick look at something. We heal up 100%. I probably am fully healed, but let's heal up just to be sure. We're still offering. Could go for Jinx. Yeah, that's a nice one. It's something different, isn't it? Right. Do we get this one gem done before we finish up today? We got to do the Nemona fight first, haven't we? And we've done a lot of tech diddly-daddly and not really playing the game, which was what we should have been doing. Because we kept getting distracted by a lot of things. But we won't be hunting anymore today, so that's a good thing. Let's just beat Nimona then. Oh, there's been a lot of sidetracking today. About half an hour of it was trying to get the settings to work so the stream looks nicer. So it's just been frustrating me a lot more recently. I don't know what the bulb reference means, but what does that mean, Mr. Belgium? Is that something relevant? Or is it just that there was a shadow? Is that what you're saying when I took the second picture? It wasn't necessarily the shadow lighting that's the problem, it's the pixels around the characters. If I pause it here I could almost show you even more, because I've got the Nimona pose on screen. But if I know that Robin has it, then I know it's more to do with something else rather than... It's meant to be a bit weaker, I'm guessing. Yeah. But the problem is, Boy from Belgium, when you say the lighting, is that mean the top picture is too bright or too dark? Is that what you're suggesting? Because just saying the lighting doesn't help. Who wants to learn this? Oh, you. No, because you have Aqua Step. Tormot. Don't really have anything good for this, but we're going to trick it, I guess. Like, I know the shadow probably didn't help for the two photos, if we're honest. But it was more like the pixel size and stuff like that that's frustrating me, shall we say. A big spark on my Zoroark. Bye bye. Because I don't really have anything good for this. The best thing I have is probably this, I guess. We could maybe do the flower trick. Yeah, because the boss is a Skeledirge. Yeah, definitely a Skeledirge. And this is useless for the next battle, because it'll probably be against the Goomy or Sliggoo. The silly thing is it's actually looking a bit cleaner now suddenly, so it's got to do with how much is probably being used in the CPU on this computer to why it's playing up. It's actually got nothing to do with the laptop itself. It's just, I think the laptop's doing too much. It's struggling to keep up. It's probably trying to put too good a picture out. Well, this one is just playbacking. Maybe I should try not recording it as well. Maybe that's something I should consider in the future. But I don't know. But the term lighting isn't too helpful. I should have terrored then, shouldn't I? I forgot that I could terror. Because I upload the VODs afterwards. That's the main reason. Yeah, one of my YouTube channels is pretty much the VOD of the whole thing. I know I can, but they take ages to download. And I'd like to be able to fully edit everything as I go if I'm going to do more editing. But I don't know if that would change things or not. And the other thing is I want to make sure I can edit the stuff for such, because we do a bit of an introduction and a bit of an outro. So when we're doing everything, I delete all the videos once I've finished editing stuff. But we're not really using the whole of the computer, really. We're honest. No, the intro and outro bit is the bit we don't record. Like just saying hello, do a very, very quick sound check that's actually working, even though I do a recording first to be sure. It's always good to make sure it's come through as well. And then we sort of end the bit we're doing and then just chat about what's happening next. But it's not using all the CPU, I've still got like 30% left. It's probably better than what this other laptop's got. What the hell is Night Days? Never heard of that move. We'll get rid of knockoff because it's pretty useless. Right, so we're definitely going to start the next episode with the tulip fight now. I can't be bothered to do all of the training, the nonsense training stuff at the beginning. Well, I could because I get it out of the way, don't I? Oh, I don't have to worry about it ever again. Right, the strat will be to put Quaquavel at the bottom and you at the top. We are fully hit. We'll do this because I hate it so much. You know, I can look into just putting the VOD straight across. It's just, I found it easier just to record as well, because if something goes wrong, you've got another copy of it. That's pretty much why. When I do the clips, I will do it the other way around. I will put more time and effort into the clips, which I've got to do one between. But afterwards, we've got the main part set up. I just got to trim it down to be the shiny Chingling and get the conversation that makes sense. Because as we said, it was quite funny that I was just walking up the hill and ran into it. And I need to check other stuff about Chingling. But yeah, we do record the whole series, the whole lot we're doing, not just the intro and outro. It's just when everyone comes in at the beginning, you can sort of say hello, and when they're leaving, you can say goodbye, rather than, and then it just feels like it's part of a big continuing story. I don't need to do the story to put the VODs up. I just do it to put them up as such to fill up the YouTube a bit more. They don't really get any views, they're just there as something to have up. So, let's see, who have you picked to raid? The 4th gen gamer. Okay, we can have a look. Let's just, I actually have to pay attention to this bit. I don't know whether I meant to do this more times than what I do, or what. Never really understood this gym challenge. If I'm honest. It's kind of just there. Right, copy. Is this the Grumpig person? Right, please be on mute. Good. Let's see. This is our Zarowak. Okay. Let's do this move. This should knock it out pretty quickly. Well, we're going to finish this battle with Tulip, and then we'll worry about actually going somewhere else. No, we're just going to keep our Zoroark out, because it'll do all of the damage. But let's just close that a minute. So they haven't been on too long, so that's helpful too. Well, that was easy. Are you planning some streams today, Robin, or not? Or later this week? Are you going to finally get the Zekrom? Or not? Well, that'll be the question. Angry fish. Fair enough. Well, at least you know we haven't done DAs today. Oh. What you should do is a Shaman soft reset and get the shiny one quickly. Oh, you've got the bad weather, have you, over there? We had the storms yesterday, but not today. It's actually summer again today for us. For some reason. Just to get it before Boy from Belgium. Again, just to say you've got 2 before he got his first one. Because it would be funny. Wait, Britain actually has a summer. Apparently. It looks like it today anyway. I don't have the items, so I'm also in the same position as you. Okay, I get that. I don't like the heat either. It's my least favourite time of the year, the summer. It's just yesterday we had storms galore. So that was what I thought, that you would have the storms as well. Well, that was easy. That's the training's done. I'm hoping I can confuse Tulip, but I think I have to go with Breloom as the bottom one, because I think most of the Pokemon have a grass move, so they'll use the grass move on Quackquavel, won't they? I think there may be a little bit either tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, but that is pretty much the British summer. We don't get the gradual increase of heat, we get here's all of it in one go. And then it rains. And then suddenly we have flash floods. Which was a couple of weeks ago pretty much. Right, that's the most pointless class. So yeah, we have to put Breloom at the bottom. Because then... No. We put... Yeah, because we want them to use psychic moves on the Zoroark. That would work. Have you got any further in collecting your hide-and-seek team, Robin, or not? Are they still sort of being a bit indecisive? So as we did promise, we would do the Tulip battle. Let's get the Tulip battle done. And then it means next time we've got to blitz the Team Star one. We've got one Titan and one Gym Leader to do, and then we're done. Fair enough. Nobody wants to answer the questions. And we're not even catching everything. You're back, Mr. Belgium. You ran away. Did you go to the north side of the Netherlands? Or are you still stuck in the south side of Netherlands? Okay, so there's at least 3. That's a good start at the moment. Yes, so yeah, we've tricked it into thinking we're a fighting type. There we go. That was easy. I've only had partial chat up all stream. It's as if the ads came up and nothing showing and staying like that the whole stream. I don't quite get what you mean by that, if I'm honest. So like the ads say they're going to be for 90 seconds and they're only doing 35 to 40ish. Is that what you're saying? Oh, the ads appear above chat. Okay. I'm guessing you're watching on a mobile then. Oh wait, that... She knocked it out. She went Moonblast, didn't she? Julep, you ended the type lock. You're not going to knock us out. I will not accept defeat to you again. There's a Spaffra. Okay, and I'm not completely sure, to be honest. No. I get so confused with what does and doesn't work with some of this thing. It may still be a bit of Twitch being a bit broken from yesterday. Oh, we're going to do this then, just to get some speed. That's going to hurt, isn't it? Oof. That's what I'm talking it is, as. Switch 2 is 470 Mario Kart, that and Piranha Camera 40, and the NSO Family Pass is 70. But probably less as I own an individual one, so it's 725. But do you need a Piranha Prank camera? That's the question. Of all of the things you mentioned, that's the thing I don't think you need. Let's be honest, it is a gimmick. What are you going to do? Leave it in the box? Because I thought everybody said the cameras were a bit pants. If I'm honest. Okay, if you can, take a snapshot of the picture and put it in the Discord and I'll have a look, see what you mean. I can see completely what you mean by it. Okay, then I think you might be the first person to actually use Nintendo's camera. If I'm honest, because I thought everybody just thought it was a bit of a joke. Sort of a gimmick that doesn't really work. Put a picture before it with my Twitch logo to advertise it. For everyone that knows, I don't think there are many more people in the Discord that don't already know most of us already. It's kind of what I've been saying, a lot of our Discords are just the same people. Going round and round in circles. It's almost like we should have just made one big Discord between us all. Yes, I know. We do try. We have been trying to follow a few others here and there. Getting a few more competitions, but it's very hard when you're watching like person A or B and then suddenly something else comes up and you get distracted, if that makes sense. That is very strange. I don't know why. Because that's like, oh, it is. It's in-game chat. Yeah, I don't quite get why you've got it like that, as in it's doing it rather than anything else. The only thing I can think of, does it say, maybe it's sort of, I would just say refresh it and see if it does it. See if it fixes it. That would be my best bet. Let's have a wild guess at trying to fix it. Because the only thing that's usually what, as you said, it does when there's an ad going. Unless maybe, I don't know if the gifted sub things got blocked or stuck there, maybe. That could be the only thing. Maybe the gifted sub thing has actually ended. And it sort of just got sort of stuck there thinking it's popping it down when it shouldn't be. But I don't know, to be honest. But never mind. It's working now, and it'll be hopefully working properly tomorrow. When we're in Legends Arceus. So we'll just end it here. And we'll heal. We'll go and heal. And then we'll end it there. So we did get a second shiny, which is very good. Let's put it that way. It's the first one in the Violet save. It is the most unlikely shiny. We will fiddle with the clip to make it more ready to put out there, and then we'll come back and do some Legends Arceus tomorrow. But today we managed to get up to 7 badges done. We've done all bar one battle in Kitakami. We've done another Tiger, so we've only got... what do we got left? We have Team Star, Tatsugiri, Grusha and Carmine, and that's it to finish. Then what we'll do in the end of that episode is start completing the Pokedex, and then the one after that we'll do all of the end game stuff, like all of the last battles that are really long and annoying, so the Elite Four. Yeah, so that will be the plan for this save. So